5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Live from San Francisco, broadcasting around the world. You're listening to the Armon Wiggins Radio Show.
What's going on, everybody? Okay, let's make sure you guys can hear me. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Armon, and we are back. I don't know. Today feels like a Monday. Shit starts going out. I just start going crazy. Things just start happening. But welcome, everybody. Can you guys hear me? Drop some bells and bombs in the comments if you can hear me. All right, we're making sure we're good on Facebook. I want to include both of my platforms in on this. I wanted to include both of my platforms on this because I think this is a very interesting topic. All right. So if you're watching on Facebook, the call-in number will be available. If you want to call in, the lines are open now because I'm sure people are going to have a lot to say. So I'll put the call-in number up there in the corner. All right. So today's video topic is should women be called fish? And if we get to it, would you date a bisexual man? All right. So today's our sipping Sunday tea. I'm drinking what I call a Starburst. I got some pink lemonade with some vodka, and I put some squirt in here. Love it. All right. So we're going to get into it. So it's really, really simple. Before we get too far in depth in it, I'm gonna let you guys know that I'm probably one of the only platforms on YouTube that gives a true, unfiltered, zero F's giving opinion. So I tell you my truth, which is the reason why sometimes people are really upset with me and other times people agree with me. I've come to realize that I'm not a platform. I don't just report news. I don't break stories. I don't roast celebrities. I don't put screenshots and videos together to make videos. I don't do that. We talk. We get into some things here. So I understand that, sometimes things that I might say may hit a little bit differently and may be a little bit more critical. However, you don't have to agree with everything that I say here, but understand this is a platform where we have an opinion. So don't take anything that I say out of context. Just understand that this is a place like no other on this YouTube app. Where we really, especially in this sector, where we're actually having an opinion, okay? So, with that being said, we don't all have to agree, but maybe we just don't agree on this video. It don't mean you hate me. It don't mean that I hate you. So, before we get into that, I just wanted us to start this conversation with love. All right, so, to get it started, should women be called fish? Well, that's the easy one. If they don't feel like they should be called fish, then don't call them fish. I don't think that if you don't like the word fish, then you shouldn't be called it. It's really that simple. I don't think that women should be called anything that they don't want to be called. I don't think that anybody should be called anything that they don't want to be called. So if a woman doesn't like the terminology, the term fish, then don't call her it. However, I have to say this. It is a little bit interesting now and I'm not taking anything away from it, but I just feel as though this whole don't call me fish thing has come up as of recently because there's been a lot of talk around transgenders and pronouns and how to address different people within the LGBT community. And like we've talked on this channel here, I know that it's been expressed that a lot of females or heterosexual people in general feel as though they're starting to lose their right and their freedom of speech in regards to having an opinion on gay people or trans people. Okay. So with that being said, I personally feel like there is a little bit of fake outrage with the term fish. I feel like there's a lot of people that didn't really care too much about the term, didn't really know that much about it, didn't even know that was a thing. However, there's different content creators on YouTube, there's different conversations going on Facebook and Twitter, and now this is a thing. Okay? But I feel like it's only a thing because a vast majority of people, and since we're talking women here, I'll say women, a vast majority of heterosexual women feel as though they cannot have an opinion on transgender people. So because they feel like they can't use the word tranny, which they would like to do, or they can't use the word man or he as a pronoun, which majority of them would like to do, and still they probably do in their private homes or with their respective friendship groups. They feel as though, well, if I can't call you a tranny, if I can't call you a man, you can't call me fish now. And to me, I feel like a lot of people didn't have an issue with being called fish until they found an issue, until it was an issue for them not to be using, derogatory terms like tranny and he and sissy and punk and things like that. So now it's like it's the women's turn to say, well, I'm offended by something. I get it. Hey, we all have our right to be offended, but I just have to point out where I feel like there's a little bit of fake outrage with this, because for as long as I've been around, and I'm 30 plus, you know what I'm saying? The girls have been saying fish for a very, very long time, and nobody has ever complained about it. Now, let's dive into exactly what it is. Let's just start with the fish thing. Could fish be derogatory? I could see why someone wouldn't want to be called fish, because it's like, well, you're referring to us as fish. Why? Because that sounds like vagina, like fishy vagina. And you know what? For that, I could agree. Probably. I don't know exactly where fish started. However, I do know it has a double meaning. It has a rude meaning, and it has a positive meaning. I also know, yes, while fish can smell like vagina, I also know that one of the most epitomes of beauty and femininity was a fish, and that is the Little Mermaid. Okay, and many drag queens and transgenders, they like to call themselves mermaids, and mermaids are undeniably fish. And very pretty, very dainty, very soft, very cunt. Okay, so in a positive, fish means soft, cunt, dainty. Yes, we use the word cunt. We all know what cunt means. Cunt means vag, pussy, feminine. In the ballroom scene, in the underground scene, it's a compliment to say, girl, that is some beat. You are beat fish. You are sickening fish. You know what I'm saying? Like, or, it's a compliment to say, girl, that is fishy, or you look like fish. So if a drag queen or a transgender looks very, very feminine, very passable, you would say she looks fish in a complimentary way. Now, it can also be used as a derogatory term for those girls. There's there's a person on YouTube. I can't stand her, but she's lonely and she's miserable. And I noticed that we would call her angry, mad, upset black fish, because she always seems to really try to get a rise out of gay people, and she really tries to do her due diligence to say very nasty things in regards to gay people. And I just look at her, she's unattractive, she's miserable, and she's low down miserable fish. It is what it is. And sometimes it gets like that. It's like, girl, sometimes, in the privacy of your home with you and your boys, like my girls, we will be like, girl, fish was beat. Or my friends will call me, they'd be like, where were you at? I was like, and I'll say, well, I'm at the party. Well, who's at the party? Well, it's me, it's some of the girls here, and it's a lot of beat fish here, or it's a lot of fish, or it could be, girl, it's a lot of fish at this party, meaning you don't want to come to the party. It's just a lot of girls here. And it's not the kind of girls that we like. It's just a lot of tuna here, bitch. It's a lot of females. So it could be a good and a bad. I understand it. Is it going to change? Probably not. People are going to talk about it. And why don't we call girls? Well, just to be honest with you, we call ourselves girls. So there's just another name for, women get called fish. Should they be called that? If you don't like it, they don't have to call it. I don't really call any of my friends that to their face, or I don't use that word all the time. But if I'm with my my boys, a bunch of gay boys, and we're talking about some girls, or they're like, who are you going out of town with? And he's going with some girls, and I don't know them. He'll be like, well, I'm going with me and my fish friends. So that means I know that he's going with a bunch of girls. It just is what it is. I don't think that that's going to change. But if a person does not like it, I wouldn't call them that, However, I don't think it's going to change. Even the word tranny. I don't feel like tranny was actually, and I use both. I use fish and I use tranny. I don't think tranny was a bad word until the tabloids started exploiting the word tranny in a way to make transgenders, in a way to exploit transgenders. Every time you'd see a headline, it'd be man exposed by tranny, man rapper exposed by tranny. So over time, the word tranny got a bad connotation. That's why a lot of transgenders don't like the word tranny. However, I'm going to be the first one to tell you, I'm not going to sit and have a conversation with one of my close friends and be talking about a female or a transgender female in the same conversation and say, hey, well, the real woman and the transgendered female just had a conversation. I'm be like, girl, what you doing, bitch? Let me give you the tea. Girl, fish and the trannies was going in. Okay, fish had water tranny out, and then the tranny has said this to the fish, and girl, blah. Wait, it's just a short term. I'm going to be real with you. I'm not going to be politically correct with my friends. I'm not going to say, well, the real biological female and the transgendered woman. No, fish and the tranny was going in, bitch, and they was both sickening, and they hit the battle, and it was everything, bitch. But you have to understand, both sides have double meanings. So you got fish, which is a good, and it represents females, and there's a derogatory term, then there's a positive term. Then you have tranny, which is a positive and a negative, but then you have butch queens. I will be considered a butch queen. That you have femme queens, which is like transgenders. Then you have drag queens, you have studs, you have femmes, you have trade, which is the straight man. So everybody has their thing. Butch queens, we don't like to be called. Sometimes you don't want to be called a butch queen. Like if you're trying to pick your fruit out. It's like you trying to get a boy, you're not going to want to be referred to as a queen. But if you with your girls, you're going to be like, bitch, what's the tea, girl? But if I'm reading, like if I'm throwing shade at another group of gays, I'd be like, girl, I'm not going over there with all them queens. It's a bunch of queens over there. So then it's a derogatory term. So we even have it with us. To be a queen is not a good thing all the time. To be a queen is also shade, because if another gay boy calls you a queen in a sense where they don't associate with you, it's like, girl, it's too many queens over there. That means it's too many cunts. It's too many girls. It's too much. I'm not going around all them sissies. It's too much extraness. We do it to ourselves. So it's not just women. We call each other queens and punks and sissies and fags. But they have double meanings. And then you also have fag hags. Fag hags are actually women too. A fag hag is a woman who is a gay man in her heart of hearts. So she uses the lingo, she goes to the balls, she hangs out, she does all of these things. If she could die and be reborn, she would be born again as a gay man. That's what a fag hag is. Now, a lot of people feel some type of way about all this different terminology. But here's what I'm saying. T.S. Madison, her and Nick at Night was getting into it, right? But T.S. Madison says something, and I can't stand her, but she says something that was very, very prominent. A lot of people take our stuff, mainstream society has taken our stuff, and then want to pick and choose what words we can have and what words we can't have. Well, if we can't say fish and all these different things, well, let's stop using tea. Let's stop monetizing off of shade. Let's stop monetizing off of sipping tea. Let's stop monetizing off of gagging or, all of this lingo or spilling tea or tea time. All of those things come from underground ballroom culture. I never heard that from women. To be honest with you, tea actually came from when I was growing up. The word tea wasn't even sipping tea at the time for me. Tea was more so what's the talk, what's the eat, like what's the gossip, what's going on. Then it started to translate into, European white women being messy, sipping tea, gossiping about their husbands and other women. But then straight people started taking that as it started to grow and started monetizing off of it. Hence the reason why half of white YouTube, even to take it a step further, white YouTube, half of the gossip channels have tea time or tea in their names. We got YouTubers in this section with tea. Majority of the women here are spilling wine, spilling tea, doing it. I was spilling tea before any of these women that I know or any of these mainstream YouTubers, any of that. So how is it that, you know what I mean, we can't say this, but everyone else can monetize off of our community in every facet, from throwing shade to spilling tea to, you got Miss Quad, you got Nene Leakes, you got Tamar Braxton. All of these people use gay lingo and all of these things. However, it's like, well, because I really want to say the word tranny as a cisgendered female, or I want to be able to, I don't want any transgender to be even closely identified as a woman like me. And because people have an issue with me saying tranny, or that's not a real woman, or that's a man, I'm offended now by being called fish. I think that's what it is. I honestly do. Maybe some people don't like it because, fish stinks. And, people are like, my vagina don't stink. I get it. So for those people, I get it. But I feel like a lot of people didn't even really know that women were being even called fish. This is something new, but this is something that we've been doing for a long time. But I feel like there's a lot of women that still want to be able to secretly disrespect transgenders. And because it's kind of a bit of a no-no, now we found a reason. Now the women are like, well, I don't like being called fish either. I don't like being called cisgendered. And it's just like, okay, that's another thing that I don't understand. Cisgender is all that saying is that you are a biological female. That's not a read. That's not no shade. That's not none of that. And before we get into that, half of you guys use the word shade and don't even know what shade is. We just know that it's something to, throw, like, not like somebody or do something a little catty. But half of you guys throw around the word shade and never watched Paris is Burning to know that shade comes from reading and reading comes from shade. You know what I mean? Like, so a lot of these terms you guys just throw around because it's cute and it's popular and it's clickbaity for whatever. But this is part of a culture that we've been a part of forever. So it wasn't even like, it's not even a sense where we're actually throwing shade at women or anything else. It's been a part of our lingo. It's just now hit mainstream, and majority of women and men in entertainment and public, they're monetizing off of our lingo anyway. So if we can't say certain things, don't monetize off of our stuff as well. Now, do I think that it's going to stop happening? No. Just like I don't think that people are going to stop using the word fish, but just like I don't think that women are going to stop using the word tranny or referring to transgenders as he and men. It's just not going to happen. Just like, a lot of women, and one thing I can't stand when straight people say, those gay men. I mean, we are gay men, but just the way that comes out sounds very like shady. Gay men. Girl, what is gay men? Like, what does that mean? Like, there's an undertone to that. There's a disgusted undertone. Can I change it? No, because the fact is I'm a gay man. But I think that we're at a place now where, I think people are a little bit sensitive. However, if you don't want to be called that, then you don't call it. So make sure none of your friends call you that. I don't call any of my friends fish. Just out and about like, hey, fish. I mean, if I did, I don't think they would care. But if I'm on the phone with one of my girlfriends, my boys, and we're getting into some things, And I'm like, girl, let me call you back. My fish friend is calling me. It's just like my girlfriend is calling me. It is what it is. Like I said earlier, the boys call each other girl, and the girls are called fish. The reason why, this is my opinion. And I'm going to get back to my cisgender topic in a second. But my thing is this. Well, in our world, we are the girls. And I think that's why we're gay. We don't like... There comes a point in time, and people may not agree with me or not, but this is why I'm the realest bitch on this channel, on this fucking YouTube. You know, at some point, everything is not about actual women. Like, when I'm sitting with a group of gay boys and we're having our time, we're not thinking about, oh, let's put women first. No, we're the girls. We're fabulous. We're having a great time. Women have more fun. Like, I'm not thinking about the proper etiquette of females. Actually, that's not even my job. I'm not sleeping with females. So the person that's supposed to have the proper etiquette for females is the nigga that's sticking his wee-wee in you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like, when if it's me and my bunch of my gay girlfriends, my gay boyfriends, you know what I'm saying? We are the girls. We're fabulous. We're the Fab Five. We're feeling ourselves. We're going to pull niggas on our own. We're going to go get our own niggas. So we're not thinking about females at that time. We're just not. So we're the girls. We're the priority in our community. And I feel like that's fine. Like, that's part of the reason why I'm not straight. Because being straight is completely boring. And I feel like as a straight man, it's always like you're second, the woman is first. That ain't me. I like to be fabulous. I want to go shopping. If I want to dibble and dabble in a little makeup here and there, respectfully, I'm going to. If I want to go into the women's section and get a nice t-shirt, but I'm not Billy Porter, but if I want to get a nice t-shirt, I'm going to do it. If I want a nigga to take me out and, you know what I mean, and wine and dine me, I'm with it. I don't want to feel like I always got to be the one swiping my card and being the one with the proper etiquette. No, sometimes I want to feel cunt too, like a woman. Sometimes I want to feel pampered too, you know, but it's like when you date women, it's like you got to always be the pampering one. You got to always do everything. And I'm like, you can have that shit. I don't want that. That's why I don't date women. Cause I like to be pampered too. Shit. Surprise me with some flowers, bitch. It is what it is. So, you know, so when I'm out with my girlfriends, I'm not thinking about no other girls. I'm thinking about me and my girlfriends. We want to go get some niggas. I'm not worried about no females. Girl, we both like niggas. So, girl, I'm not worried about you. You go do you. Me and my boys, we finna go do us. Me and my girl, you know what I mean, girl? We finna go be us. So I'm just saying that to say, so that's probably why we call each other girls. But I mean, it's flattering. It's a compliment. You know what I'm saying? Like, girls have more fun. Girls have there's more exciting. And gay boys are more in touch with their feminine side anyway. So it's just natural that we would call ourselves the girls, you know? And, you know, there's many times, like, you know, we just are the priority within that field, in our community. And I don't think there's anything wrong with it. So, yes, when it comes down to, you know, that we put ourselves first in that, and we, you know, call ourselves the girls, and this is whatever. And I don't think that's going to change. And if you don't like it, that's fine, but that's not going to change. That is our community. Everything does not have to be about biological women first. We understand that we have moms, sisters, this, and we respectfully, as men, we respect them. But, girl, when it's time to hang that stuff up, girl, I'm not worried about them, honey. I'm going with my boys, and we're going to go pull some niggas, and we're going out of town. Or if I'm single and I done found this nice piece of trade and he want to wine and dine me, you think I'm worried about saying, well, don't call me a girl. That's reserved for beautiful black or beautiful biological queens. No. You want to make me feel like cunt? Make me feel like cunt. Hi, hey, daddy, thanks. You know, and that's just a reality. But sometimes a lot of people just can't take that gay men are just as fabulous. You know what I mean? So they think, well, y'all just want to be women. It's not that we want to be women. We just like things about women, and we like the feelings that it is. So, girl, it is what it is. There's no one's going to be able to change that. You can either get with it or you can stay mad. But either way, it's going to be the way it is to the end of time. However, if your friends are your friends, they won't call you fish if you don't like being called fish. That's an easy fix. However, and I can understand why people don't like being called fish, because fish, like I said, has a positive connotation to it, but you can get red too. You can get red with fish, okay? Because sometimes you will be like, okay, bitch, I'm gonna read fish down, because I don't. When I start getting to my mode where I'm like, I really don't trust fish, because fish is real sneaky, fish is shady, fish will go there and be smiling in your face and talking behind your back. So you just can't really trust fish like that, because fish don't really like the gays. They will say that stuff too. So it do go both ways. But then if a person looks amazing, you be like, bitch, you look fish, you look cunt. You know, that's part of it. When I'm feeling like cunt, don't touch me. When I'm feeling like cunt, don't. It's just the lingo. You guys are just now catching it. However, if you don't like it, I don't have a problem not calling somebody fish. Doesn't bother me. You know what I'm saying? Because those terms don't usually get used around women in that way anyway. So, I mean, I'll probably still say fish with my friends. I probably will. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. Just like I'm sure most of you guys probably don't call, if you've seen a transgender, you wouldn't say tranny or man right in front of their face. But the minute you turn around and get on the phone with your girlfriends or your boyfriend or your husband, you're calling them all kind of trannies, sissies, and fags. It is what it is. We all do it. So let me see what else I was gonna say. Yeah. Oh, and the cisgender part, I really want to get this. That part, maybe when I open up the lines, you guys can explain this to me. I really don't understand the confusion or the feel some type of way with the word cisgender. And the only reason why I have a problem with people that have a problem with the word cisgender, and it really doesn't affect me as much, but the issue is it's almost like we are people under one universe. And to me, it feels as though instead of trying to divide, especially in our Black community, instead of trying to divide, because we already been divided, why don't we try to include each other as much as we can? And when I say that to say, I seen a comment earlier where someone said, well, why do we have to be cis just to protect the transgender feelings or whatever? But if you know you're a real woman, biological woman, which cis means biological, because I'm a cisgendered man, what does it hurt you? What does it take from your day if you know who you are to be like, yeah, I'm cisgendered? If we're having a professional conversation or if we're having an intellectual conversation and there's two types of women out. If you got trans women and you have biological women, another word for biological is cis. So what does it take from you to just say I'm a biological woman or I'm a cisgendered woman? What does it take from you? Because I also notice many people don't, when trans women like to say I'm a woman, women put emphasis on the fact that you're not just a woman, you're trans, you're a transgender. Well, this is true. So when we're having a conversation of women, biological women, whether you can have babies, that's not what we're talking about anymore. Biological women with, born vaginas are not the only women or form of women or type of women that are on this planet or that exist in this universe. Whether you agree with the lifestyle or not, it doesn't matter. Biological women, cisgendered women aren't the only type of women. So if we're having a general conversation about women and there's two different types of women, that's how you tell the difference of which women it is. Or since we want to throw out the prefixes, if we throw out cis, let's throw out trans and let both of you guys just be called women. But we can't let that happen because too many biological women want to make sure that everybody knows that they are biological and this one is not. So that's why I have a problem with people that have a problem with using the word cis, because it doesn't feel like you're upset about the actual prefix of cis. It seems like you're more concerned with making sure that other people know that you're a real woman and this person was a man. So it's really not about misgendering. It's more about not including another demographic of women for your own beliefs or own whatever. And to me, I feel like that's kind of late. I just kind of feel like, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like that's kind of late, because that's fine. You can be a woman. However, this is a type of a woman too. So if you can use woman, let this person use woman too. They don't have to, the trans people don't have to use trans to fit your narrative. Just as you don't have to use cis to fit their narrative, they don't have to use trans. Period. If you don't have to use biological or cis, or you don't want to, they have the right not to use trans. Period. It's just what it is, y'all. All right. So let's take some calls. 563. Oh, let me get on here. Hello. Okay. 718-5580. You're live on the air. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, I need y'all to be ready. Can you hear me? Oh my God. Okay. 585-5444. We're live on the air. Can you hear me? Hello. Hold on. Let me reconnect this. Child, this be driving me crazy. People.
I can hear you, but I'm.
Hold on. I'm going to reconnect. Hold on. I'm going to reconnect.
Start your show now. Press 1 to hear important.
Since it appears you're calling back into a live show, we are reconnecting you now.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Talk to me.
Okay, so, all right, so the whole fish thing, I didn't even know what that was until you just came on. I didn't know that was like a outrage that was going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I was also like listening to you talking about the different like terms, the trans and the cis and all that, and how you were saying that it comes from gay lingo. Not a lot of people are familiar with it. Like for me, I didn't know that shade and sipping tea was coming from like the gay community.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that, but I just seen it because I seen it on social media.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I don't think the fish word is really offensive, but also you gotta realize that not a lot of people are familiar where some of those words are coming from.
Right. And that part I understand. That's what I'm saying. But I can also understand why a person could say, well, I don't want to be referred to as a fish, because fish stink. But at the same time, fish is also a mermaid, which is the epitome of femininity. And a lot of trans people call themselves mermaids. So it's just, I feel like there's a little bit of fake outrage because there's a deeper conversation here. And there's a disdain between the women and the gay community and then the women in the trans community. And a lot of heterosexual people feel as though their rights are limited when it comes to speaking on gays topics and using certain pronouns for gay people. And so I feel like now women are looking for things to be offended about as well. Like, well, if I can't call you a tranny, you can't call me fish. It's like that.
Oh, okay, I understand. I never really experienced that, so I'm trying to figure out like the outrage of it all. Okay, all right.
Yes. Thank you, caller.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 716-7878.
Hello?
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, this is Armon?
Yes, this is.
Hey, I've been a fan of figures for years, but this is crazy to me about this fish. I feel like it's offensive anyway, because if you call a woman a bitch, she gonna blow up. If you call her a fish, that's a blow up. I mean, we are human beings. Let's respect each other. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just crazy to me. We just gotta respect each other. I mean, yes, even my brother-in-law, he's that way. But I respect him as he's a man. He's a total man. I mean, I don't care what sex he desires, but he's still a man. So just respect each other. That's all I'm saying.
Yes, God. Thank you, love.
And like I said, I've been a fan of yours. I've been subscribed to you. I mean, I know it's under Ron Poole, but I'm actually Cindy. But like I said,
Thank you,
I'm
Cindy.
following you on Instagram.
Thank you, Cindy.
But I'll just like I said, I love you and keep up with the great job.
I love you too, Cindy. Have a good day. Bye.
All right. Bye.
Okay. Let's take some more. The number is on the screen. If anybody want to call in on Facebook and on YouTube, it's here. 516-9465. And what I think I might do is end the live on Facebook, and you guys can come over to YouTube and finish the conversation. 516-9465. Let's talk about it. Not ready. Thank you. Let's see. Private caller, you're live on the air.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, what's going on?
Nothing. So if we use the word sissy, tranny, fag, we'll be shunned, we'll be fired from our jobs, we'll be ridiculed and everything else in front of the entire world. So as women, if we say not to call us one word, we're trying to find reasons as to why it's okay to call us something derogatory like that. Like, I'm confused. Nothing there's never been a time when fish has been used nicely, even if you're saying, girl, you're lying, your story sounds fishy. It's always been a nasty word. So if we're saying, please don't call us that, why is that an issue when every word y'all say not to call us, we're not allowed to do it?
Right.
Every word.
So that goes back into what we're saying. So it seems as though, which was my main point, I understand what you're saying, but it seems as though you want to be able to say those nasty words, and because you feel like you would get ridiculed for using those words, you're like, now, well, I don't want to be called fish. When really, you probably
not at all. We respect your mind.
Right, but
we respect you. If you say you don't want us to call you something, it's not a problem. But if we come and say, please don't call us a derogatory word, and y'all have a problem with us saying that, we have to bring up, listen, we've respected y'all for
hold
all
on,
these years.
so let me tell you. Okay, so hold on. So we gotta make it clear though. It's only a derogatory word for you. You know, we don't say that's a derogatory term that people have taken offense to it. Fish has never been it has a double meaning, just like sissy's always been that has never been a good meaning. We've taken that word back and made it a good meaning. Like the word nigga, how we took that word back, the word faggot, that has never been a positive thing. We've taken that back and we've made it something positive. But Butch Queen, this, that, and the third, fish has a double meaning. Fish also means a very pretty woman. Fish always mean very soft and feminine. Fish also means passable in our community. So it's a compliment for a transgender to look like fish. It's a compliment for a drag queen to be fishy. It's a compliment for a gay boy that's dancing soft and cunt to really be really fishy and tuna about. So you have to understand the full concept of the lingo when you get into these conversations to understand why people have the perception that they have. It's not saying that you can't say the word, but you have to understand the word never started out as a derogatory term. The word never started out derogatory. It's the fact that all of a sudden now people are offended by it now that it's a derogatory term.
Right. Okay. But the word fish is not all the way in the public. So a lot of women don't even know that y'all are calling us that, number one. And if we did know that y'all were calling us fish, we'd probably hear it more because it's, in your words, it's a positive word, but we don't hear about it because clearly it's not a cool word. Number one. Number two, you keep saying the word mermaid is a fish. No, it's not a fish. The word mermaid has the head of a human and the tail of a fish. Tail is still at the bottom.
It's still a fish.
At the end of the day, respect y'all when we say, if y'all say don't call us something, we don't do it. If we say one word, please don't call us this, why can't that just be respected?
I don't
Y'all
have a
have y'all's own rules.
Listen, I don't have any problem calling people that. But my thing is this: where's all the energy for the niggas that call you bitches every day in their music? You don't give a damn.
We talk about it.
You don't.
We talk
Because these
about it.
niggas still call y'all bitches and hoes every day. And you have more bitches and hoes twerking in the music videos, getting money, acting like bitches and hoes.
Okay, well, let's go all the way
So
back.
you know what
and
I'm
talk about
saying?
people
So
who call us the N-word. If you want to put everything on the table, let's talk about everything. But we're talking about a specific subject right here. Like, y'all ask us to respect you. Why can't y'all give us the same respect? Y'all say that y'all want to be included in everything and do all this. Why can't we just have respect as well? Like, you say that,
listen, I'm with it.
You say gay men. You say gay men aren't in the public. Gay men aren't appreciated. Gay men aren't getting the accolades. Y'all have TV shows. Y'all the number one hairstylist. Y'all have like a lot of stuff. And for you to be like, oh, well, we don't have this and that. Y'all are like worship. So what? I don't get it. Like when you say stuff like that. But at the end of the day, as a woman, if we just say, please don't call us something, it shouldn't be an issue. That's all I'm saying.
I don't think it's an issue. Like I said, I don't think it's an issue at all. If that offends you and you're my friend or you're someone I know, I wouldn't call you that. Does that mean that people are going to stop doing it? No. Does that mean when you're with your girlfriends on vacation and you see a bunch of transgenders, you might not say, look at those men and those trannies? You're probably going to say to your friends, look at those men with those wigs on. Well, it is what it is.
I mean, I don't really use those words. I might say, oh, he might be gay, like not in a bad way. I have gay friends. I have gay family members. But at the end of the day, publicly, you're bringing up a situation, and if we can say we don't like that as women, it should be okay. Okay,
I agree.
Let's figure out how to address it where it's not used. But no, I love you. I'm on your side. I just wanted to make that known. No,
I agree. If you don't like something, you should not be called it. But I have to still say how I honestly feel about the situation. I do feel like there's an outrage, and it's a little bit of a fake outrage. Not with everybody, but I feel like you said, and I think that you speak for a lot of women, and maybe you might be supportive, and maybe you're just the voice right now, but I think you speak for a lot of women or straight people in general who kind of look at gay men like they have everything. They get away with anything. We can't say anything about them. So then there becomes a little resentment there, not with you. I'm just saying when you feel like these gay guys, they can just do anything and we can't even say one thing. You know what I mean? Because I had a caller the other day.
No, not at all. Not at all. I'm a realist at the end of the day. Like, but I sometimes you say things like, well, we don't get acknowledged for things, and we don't have this and we don't have that.
Well, we
when
don't.
That's not the truth. So, but I would never sit here and say, well, they get this and that. I'm chilling. I'm a realist.
Right.
All I'm saying is I'm pointing out something that's not cute. The word fish don't smell good. Don't look, no.
But fish tastes
not
good.
Cute at all.
Fish tastes good.
I mean, there's a lot of people who won't even let you bring it in. You can't even cook it in the house because of the smell. So,
right.
Like, at the end of the day, like.
But I get that.
I get
that. That's why I'm saying, like, I can't argue that. I don't know where it completely originated from, but I definitely could see the definite undertone of it feeling like it's a fishy smell. So I'm not even going to count.
We would have known. Yeah, I think the issue would have been brought up a long time ago if the word was more in, like, we don't hear the word a lot because y'all hide it. So I think there would have been a bigger issue if it would have been out there. I don't think that we hide it.
I don't think that women have just wanted to take that word and steal it yet and use it in mainstream.
There's a lot of women who are just hearing this word for the first time right now.
But
so
how are we? But let's not use the word hiding because we've always done our thing, and it's the women or it's the networks, and they come over and take our stuff.
Y'all walk up to women and say, "Hey, fish."
But let's talk about what you said about hiding because you opened up something. There was no hiding. What's the tea? What shade? What happened was a lot of these producers and these back end people and these programmers and these content creators, they heard it, they took it, they monetized it. Because majority of America is not ready to see regular butch queens, African American men that don't look like Billy Porter at the forefront. America can't take a straight acting or even a straight identified man saying, hey, I like men. Americans can only take so far androgyny and drag queens. So what do? They have a gay boy like me in the background teaching a person like Tamar or Miss Quad or somebody all the lingo, and then they go and use it and monetize off of it. So it wasn't like we were hiding anything. It's the public has chosen to use certain words that they wanted to use. We've always been here, but it's just the women that get on these talk shows or have these platforms, they take it and they put it out for the consumers. That's just what it is.
Okay, so are there gay men that have their own TV shows right now?
No. Do you know any of them?
Who is the guy who was on Housewives who did the styling show, the black
one that
guy?
came on 11 o'clock at night that got canceled over 4 years ago?
It don't matter. You got Andy Cohen. You've got.
We're talking about black gay men. We're talking about Miss Lawrence. Derek Lawrence.
Okay, so now we're just talking about black gay men.
Well, no, but listen. That's all I was referring to. I didn't. White and black is two totally different things, baby. We know that, and it's a different.
lot of times you don't want to just talk about black, so that's why I'm trying to get on. I'm trying to.
Okay, let me bring it to Derek J. To Miss Lawrence.
Okay.
Yes, Miss Lawrence had a show on there with Derek J. But guess what they did in order for the show to stick? They had to throw a female on there named Bevy Smith. They never gave a gay man just a show. Never. But they did push Derek J and Miss Lawrence, and those are the type of gay men that did get shows. RuPaul. Okay, so you're not listening. You're not listening. What does RuPaul look like? Okay. What does Derek J look like? What does Miss Lawrence look like? Do any of the question you should be asking, do any of them look like butch queens? No, they all look like some kind of caricature of a female. None of them look like regular men. They all look like this hyper over exaggerated female caricature wearing nails, heels, lashes, or drag. You don't see regular gay men on the forefront. You don't. You see them as assistants.
Do you think that's because those men choose not to be on the forefront? Meaning there's many people on the forefront who are gay, but they choose to live as a regular citizen and don't want their sexual, whatever their sexual thing is, to be in the public. So like I said, people like, take it away from the black, there's people like, on CNN and certain places that are gay men, but at the end of the day, y'all keep saying you want to be treated equally. So why do you want to be separated and say, hey, I'm a gay man, I want you to give me my show, but yet you want to be treated equally, so we could fall in love with the gay man who has his own show who don't even tell you he's gay because he wants to be treated equally. So do you want to stand out and have your own thing and not be with us, or do you want to be with us and just be chilling?
No, I understand that. No, I think for me that
what I'm saying?
Yes, but I think that conversation is more so I don't want to have to put on a dress and heels, and I don't want to have to be on the quote unquote DL for it to be accepted. You know what I mean? I want to be able to look like, wear my snapbacks and wear my hoodies, look like a boy, still be feminine in my own right. And in society be comfortable with it. But I feel like society is only comfortable with one or two extremes. Almost the DL extreme where they can't tell, because to them that means, oh, this is a real man and he's not all that flamboyant. But then there's the Billy Porter extreme where it's like, oh, he's not a threat to me. I know he's gay. I can tell. So I know I ain't got to worry about him. Hey girl, you know what I'm saying? It's not, but the ones that look like me, which are the majority of us, let's be clear, we are a problem for society. Society is really not ready to.
So what about Frank Ocean and
Frank Ocean is the butch queen?
The cowboy song?
Yes.
What does that mean? That means
okay. So butch queen, yeah, that would be like Frank Ocean, Lil Nas X, people like that, like yeah. Okay. So they're like, so butch is like you are a boy, like butch, like masculine, but then you have feminine quality. So you're like an in between. Okay. That's a butch queen. So yeah, so they're actually making waves. They're making waves, but still people don't even believe that, Lil Nas X is really, really gay like that, because he's not really saying much. He barely addressed it. And then Frank Ocean, we don't even hear from him. We're referencing people that are completely off the scene, but you see who is coming to the rising to the top, which I don't have a problem with, but it's a Saucy Santana. He doesn't represent me.
Mm-hmm.
But women love him. But, this is the man that walks around with a beard and lashes and a skirt on. Again.
Okay. So basically, you just want more of people who represent you to be in the forefront and talking about what they do behind closed doors.
Yeah,
because have it. They just, because I don't go around saying this is what I like to do in bed, so I need you to hire me. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, we include you, we respect you, we love you, but why should it be, hey, I need you to hire me because this is what I like to do in bed? Instead of just supporting you and respecting you for your job and your talent and as a human being. So do you want to be respected and accepted with everybody, or do you want to stand on the outside? So that's why I'm confused. I
think I'm a little confused where we're going with this, but I'm agreeing with you when it comes to the fish topic. I'm with you. You don't like it, I wouldn't call you fish. However, we still have to understand at least a little bit what it means before we just automatically, because I don't even know why you feel like you're offended other than, that fish has the tendency to stink. But outside of that, you don't even know why you're offended about it. But you do know that you can't, you do know that it's offensive to call gay men or trannies. So that was the first thing you prefaced when in the point of being able to call someone fish or not. That is what you mentioned. So it came across like, if I can't call you this, you shouldn't be able to call me that. That's how it came across.
But listen, you just said why y'all can't call us trannies. I don't know why. I just know y'all say we can't use it, so we don't use it. There's no question about it, period. So if we say don't call us fish, y'all shouldn't call us that. It's disrespectful.
I'm gonna tell you why tranny is an offensive word. Tranny was not an offensive word. Tranny is not really an offensive word. Tranny is a short word for transgender. Everybody doesn't feel like saying transgender, so it's a shortcut, right? However, like I said earlier, the tabloids made tranny a bad word. Straight people, because when they would go, tranny sleeps with Eddie Murphy, caught with tranny. This man caught with tranny. Straight man caught with tranny. Tranny exposed, dumb. Tranny this. So when it's all this negative stuff attached to the word tranny and a straight man, DL man caught sleeping with tranny, then it becomes, well, don't call me a tranny because there's so much negativity attached to the word tranny. It's almost an exploitative headline. So people don't want to be called that anymore because there's so much negativity that comes with the word tranny. You know what I mean? It's almost like I'm not that. You know what I'm saying? But so that's why they don't like to be called tranny, because they've been exploited in the media so much by that word. Now, but to preface, but on that's one end. But at the same time, a lot of the trans people get mad at me because I say, well, if you guys wouldn't expose people, you wouldn't be on these headlines like that. But that's a different conversation. But they know how I feel about that as well. But thank you, caller.
Yeah.
I love you. Thank you. Bye. We get into some things today. Okay. 718-5580.
Hello?
Hey.
What's going on, Armon? How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm a new subscriber to your channel. I forgot the first video I watched. I think it was about Tasha K or some shit like that. I forgot. In any event, I feel like this word fish blatantly it sounds disrespectful. It is disrespectful. Period, point blank. Ain't no ifs, ands, buts about it. On another hand, I feel like these terms become disrespectful once somebody sees it that way and makes it a big thing. Like, for example, the word bitch. Bitch, I'm a bitch, what? And now, I'm a bad bitch. Everyone's saying that now. So you can't say, well, I don't like being called fish, but at one point, bitch was bad to be called the bitch, but now y'all all saying I'm the baddest bitch. I'm a pretty bitch. To me, that's a whole big-ass, it's like a contradiction to me. It's weird. You hate being called fish. At one point, hate being called the bitch, but now you a bad bitch. So why not make the word fish the same exact way? Make that sound good now. You can't say you hate one thing, but on the other hand, the word bitch was terrible years ago. Now we all are calling girls bitches now, and it's cool and good.
Well,
Same
hold
bull
on.
crap with the
No,
word nigga.
not all, because let a gay man see. This is why, and people were saying we're talking about something different. No, but we're talking about the underlying. Because I don't feel like it's. I agree with you when you said fish is bad. Fish is but I feel like there's still an and my job, and even though I won't be able to fix the world, my job is to pull the mask off of the underlying disdain for gay people when it comes to black women and the competition from gay men to women. Because that's what this all stems out to be. Because my thing is, if a man can call these women bitches, they can call themselves bitches. But if me and you, or I don't know if you get it now, but if I get on here and be like bitch, they're gonna be like, why are you always calling a woman a bitch? Well, first of all, you married to a nigga that call you a bitch every day and you don't give a damn. You see what I'm saying? But now all of a sudden you're mad that fish, which you didn't even know that fish was a thing, but because a gay boy is saying fish, now you're mad. But if your nigga call you a bitch when you get off this live, you just gonna suck it up and suck his dick.
I get what you're saying in regards to that. I'm just keeping it black and white and blatant simple. Bitch is disrespectful, so is fish. At one point, girls didn't like the word bitch being called. Now out of nowhere, oh, now I'm the baddest bitch. I'm a pretty bitch, or I'm that bitch. That's term that girls use now as calling her like they're the queen bitch, whatever the case may be. You can't say that for one thing and then say, no, this right here, no. That part right there, I don't want to be called fish at all, period. That's, to me, that's like kind of like, it's like double jeopardy when it comes to me.
Yes.
Same bull crap. The term nigga. How in the world now you hate being called the nigga? It means a bad thing, but society made the word nigga, us as black people, I would say, oh, now I'm that nigga. And now, oh, what's up, my nigga? So, like, it's like whatever the people or the crowd says it is at that particular time, it's that. That's about it. So I wouldn't be too much into the word, fish and what it means. At the end of the day, we always flip stuff. We flip nigga. Girls flip the word bitch. What's the big fucking deal?
Thank you, caller.
At the same time, I get why they're mad about it, but flip it.
Thank you. Okay, 7098. Let me take her. Okay, 7098. Let me take her. Ooh, this definitely is not getting monetized. This is one of them conversations today. 7098. You're live on the air.
Oh my God, Armon.
Hey, what's going on? Yes.
Armon. Oh my God, I love you. I'm watching you right now. This is Ty Ty. I'm calling from LA.
Hey, shout out to Ty Ty in LA. Period, Poe.
I've been drinking.
Me too. What you drinking or what?
Okay, I just want to say this is. I'm drinking some little backslide over here.
Okay, yeah, I'm finna go refill my cup in a second.
Okay, shit. Okay, do your thing. My only issue is this is all very confusing to me. I don't get it because this whole fish shit, you cannot reclaim the word. The whole, I'm sorry, I'm really nuts. The whole thing with bitch and nigga, ain't nobody really want to be called a bitch or a nigga, but goddamn, like, kind of like, what are niggas supposed to do? Like, I can't reclaim my time. I can't make a word work for me, but you want to call me fish because it means passable? Like, I'm all here for the butch queens. I'm here for everyone. I love everybody. It's just so fucking confusing, and it just doesn't make any sense. And the more I talk about it, it's like the angrier it makes me. Like,
well, here's the thing,
I
though.
Can you please help me?
Well, here's the thing. I get it because now it's a mainstream topic, so it's like, why are you calling me this? But it was kind of like, I mean, it was that was just what we talked about. How you go and like how you talk in your community. I'm sure the way you talk around your gay friends will be probably different the way you talk in your hood with the real niggas you kick it with, and the way you talk about things with you and your real girlfriends. You know what I mean? So it's like, imagine me in a kitchen table talk with me and all of my gay friends now becoming mainstream conversation because someone got a hold of a word and they wanted to blow it up into some things for their own specific gain or whatever the case may be. This language is not supposed to be, mainstream language. This is something that we talk about in our culture. So that's just like, I mean, that's like saying, if you don't want, like, if a gay person is not going to go on TV and address a female as fish. Or, you've never even heard me on here necessarily when I address women. I don't address.
I've never used that.
I don't address because that's not how I address women on an everyday basis. And I think that's the conversation. If we're having this conversation in the privacy of our own home,
we got bigger problems.
That's what we talk about.
To worry about. Like, I think we need to really, because it's just too fucking confusing, and that's the type of shit that's make niggas just say like, damn it, sorry. That's the type of stuff that makes people say, like, I don't want to do this. Like, I'd rather just be ignorant towards it because we've been talking about it for so long and no questions are really being answered. It just seems like we're both attacking each other. And I mean, by both, I'm saying it primarily seems like it's black women against black gays. And I hate that. I hate that so much in every fiber of my being because, first of all black people, we are a family in spirit, brothers and sisters. We need to be together. We're all hurt. We all got depression. We all got trauma from our damn ancestors. Can we please come together? It's really, I don't know. I'm feeling jazzed up. I'm about to let somebody else call in. I love the show. I love everybody in the chat. Y'all are real cool. Can we just please, be respectful to each other? It's real hard, but let's keep an open mind. Love you, Armon.
Thank you. Love you too.
You're doing great. Thank you so much.
So here's the thing, guys. This kind of lingo originated with ballroom culture. Since Pose has been out and everybody wants to sip tea and spill tea now, this is just a new word that hadn't came. Now tea is old, throwing shade is mainstream. There's so many words that y'all don't know about that haven't came out yet. I'm sure a lot of you guys didn't. The girls didn't even know what a butch queen was. We're a fact. We're like it's fine. Things are finally coming to a head because people, are taking more and more stuff. Tea. I remember when nobody was saying tea. I remember when nobody knew what what's the tea meant or what the tea was. We call each other bitch and girl. So it's just like, I'm not justifying it in a sense, but I'm also saying that 99% of the time, I'll be honest with you, it's kitchen table talk, honestly. And it's probably not going to change. And I'm not here to say everybody needs to change it. I'm here to say, you need to change it if you got friends around that don't like it. But I'll be honest with you, any of my fish friends that I know that are here, and I say that, none of them usually have a problem with it because they understand what it means, and that makes them feel like they're a part of, the lingo, the tea for right now. Most people that are offended by it don't really understand it, or they're on the outside looking in. They don't have a lot of gay friends like that. They're not that close. Their gay friends don't talk that way, or they just don't like gay men real deep. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of women, every woman is not pressed by the word fish. A lot of them will come up to you and be like, bitch, yes, I am beef fish. And yes, because we give you life. Come on, work, fish, work, bitch. I'm not saying that it needs to be you, but just know that every woman doesn't feel any type of way about it. It seems like there's a certain type of woman that feels some type of way about this thing. And those are typically the women that really don't know that much about the community as a whole. And they don't have a whole lot of friends in the community. So, of course, if you don't really know or never really done any research and you listen to one person say, why are these gay men calling us fish when we can't call them faggots, then I'm sure you don't like the word. But again, if you don't want to be called something, we're all human beings. You have the right to say, don't call me that, and a person should respect it, period. Okay. Let me take another call. 215. If you want to get on here, we have a lot of calls on here. I'm not staying on here all day. You have to super chat your last four to the top. 215-2711. You're live on the air.
Yes, hi Armon.
Hey.
I can't stay on because I'm on my work phone.
Okay.
Okay, you posed a question, and I'm just going to be. I'm not trying to offend nobody or anything like that. You asked from a woman's perspective, so I'm just going to be honest with you and give you the answer. We don't want to be called fish.
Yeah.
I'm 37 years old. I'm a black woman. My best friend is a gay male. And we just going to be honest. Gay men are more shadier for real than straight women.
Okay.
So if you're not going to go on RuPaul's Drag Race and call a woman a fish, then don't call me one off the stage. That's number one.
Okay.
Number two, it is a lot of, now, like I said, this is not for me. My best friend of 15 years is a gay man. It is a lot of women that have disdain towards the whole gay men think. Like you said, when you're out with your friends, y'all are the girls. We feel the same way. We're not concerned about the gay community. We're the girls. That's
Right.
how we feel. We're the girls. We're the original girls.
Right.
So when you out with your 5 friends and y'all looking for niggas and y'all hee ha ha, we're the same way. We're
Right.
not concerned that, these 5 gay men over here, we got to change our lingo to suit them. Y'all not going to change y'all lingo to suit us, and we're not going to change our lingo to suit y'all.
Right.
So when a gay man calls me a fish, I'm not necessarily offended because, like I said, I'm well versed in how it works. My best friend is gay, so I'm knowledgeable of the community. But at the same time, we are not going to bend to now this whole LGBTQ community thing. Like you said, nobody can say anything against the LGBT community. They're basically the mob. You know what I mean? Anybody that say something against them, they got to go on TV and apologize. They got to go on the red table talk and apologize. But they, like you said, niggas been calling us bitches and hoes for hundreds and hundreds of years. And ain't nobody going no red table talk and apologize to us.
Well, Snoop Dogg did
yeah,
when he called Gayle King that. But I want people to understand this too, because you're hitting things on the head, and I'm with you. But I think this is another piece, and this could be another layer. When we start talking LGBTQ, I want y'all to know that does not include black, gay, bi, and trans people. That is white people. So I can't help that. I can't help you. Them white people don't give a damn about us. Just like white people don't give a damn about black people. Just like white women feminists don't give a damn about black women problems. Just like the white man don't give a damn about black men problems. So I'm sure these different feminist groups with that white women are in control of, they don't represent you. So that LGBTQ shit, that does not represent my black ass. But go ahead.
And I understand. I'm like I said, I'm 37 years old, so I know that that's really for the white people. But all of y'all are somehow under the umbrella. That's just the bottom line. If someone says something bad right now about T.S. Madison, they are going to be attacked. Period. All over the internet. So some of y'all are covered under the umbrella to a lower level. Y'all might not be covered where you gotta apologize to on Red Table Talk, but y'all covered on the YouTube streets, the Twitter streets, the Instagram streets, the Facebook streets. So, we're not just going to say black people is not covered. Y'all not all the way under the umbrella, but y'all under there just a little bit. We're going to keep it all the way real. So, yeah, like a lot of gay men don't like black women. Like women, period. So this is where the tension comes in at because we know this. And a lot of women and a lot of women don't like gay men. So we don't know who is being shady. So that's the word you use. Or who is, it coming from a good place when they calling us fish. Because that same gay man that call you a fish when you walk away, he be done dragged you about your makeup, your hair, your nails, your shape, your body, everything. It's like we got to compete with women. We got to compete with men. We got to compete with transgenders. We got to compete with non-binary. It's just like this last caller said, it's very confusing, not for me, but for certain people. So it's like, don't call me fish. Call me a woman. If you go on RuPaul Drag Race, you going to refer to other women as women. So don't call me fish. Call me a woman. That's a female. If you a gay man.
Okay, let me say. I think that you're right.
Like T.S. Madison. We're going to use T.S. Madison. Even though she identifies as a woman, I still want her to call me a woman. I don't want her to call me a cisgender woman. She's a woman. That's what she identifies as. I'm a woman. And I'm going to be very honest with you because you want open and honest dialogue.
Yes.
You want to get into some things. A lot of us don't, a lot of women, not me, I respect anybody and whatever they choose to be. That's their business. But a lot of women don't respect someone calling themselves a woman when they got a 12-inch dick between their legs. We just don't. Well, they just don't. They just don't. You can identify all you want. You can get ass. You can get titties, all you want. We don't care about none of that. God made 2 genders. And we don't care about what you. I can identify as a man all I want, but I have a vagina. So at the end of the day, if I commit a crime, I'm going to the women's jail. You know what I mean? So it's like, I identify as a woman. So you might identify as a woman, but at the end of the day, you still have a 12-inch penis between your legs. So don't call me fish. And I'm just being honest
Okay,
about how
okay,
the world
okay,
is. That's
okay,
not how
okay,
I
okay,
see things.
okay. So you have got into some things. So let's get into some things. The first thing I want to say, you're absolutely right. I have some gay men friends that cannot stand, and see, this is where we get derogatory, and this is what they would say to me. I can't stand fish. They don't like women because they like the same kind of men that women like, and so maybe they don't like to. It's not they don't like women; they don't like to be around women because they're not interested in women. So they're not really interested in being friends with women. They're not interested in hanging around with women because they don't want to go to a get together and it's a bunch of girls there. They don't want to bump booties or they don't want to bump pussies. They want to see some niggas, some that they like. I understand that, but just like a lot of women don't want to go to the gay club all the time because ain't nothing there for them. They don't want to see a bunch of gay boys that's not interested in them. I've been on both sides of the fence.
That's twerking like saucy.
They don't want to see that. So women and men feel the same way. But now the only time, when I use fish in a derogatory way is when you don't know, because while you said gay men can be shady too, fish can be shady too. And this is what I'm talking about, shady fish. When I say fish can be shady, when I said if I'm walking down the street, or if I'm going to get my rental car, like I did in New York, in LA or New York or whatever I'm doing, and I go to the cash register and I'm using fish in this term because this is how I'll be telling my friends, because at this point she pissed me off, so this would be a derogatory term. I'm like, and fish see me at the cash register, this is what she do. And she clocks my tea. Yes, ma'am, bitch, honey girl, twirl. All right, bitch, stop playing with me. Don't play with me, girl. I don't fuck with you like that. This is why I don't fuck with fish like that. Get out of my face because you're trying me. All I said was hi, and you see that I'm gay, so you want to go do a spin, a dip, and a twirl, and yes, bitch, yes. Don't talk to me like that. We not cool. You don't know me. Don't play with me. And so I might tell you, fish, don't try me, girl. I have done that because you never know. You'll be walking, and a girl be like, you'll be walking past a group of girls, and they'll be, yes, honey. Bitch, what you? We don't do that all day. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me.
And that's how we feel. Like, we walking in the mall and guys like, oh, hey, fish. Yeah, that's fish over there. Like, bitch, you trying to be smart. Like, don't do us and we won't do you. Because
right.
So that's where it all comes at. So you like, we not going, we going to eat the meat and spit out the bone. Like,
right.
A lot of women are sick of the men twerking. They, like Wendy Williams said, they sick of them wearing their wigs. They're sick of them wearing all the tights.
But shouldn't they just be honest about that?
Like,
I think
they're sick of it.
But I feel like you probably the realest, and this is not even no dig. You probably the realest bitch that's ever called into the show. Because most people will sit around and act like they like the gays and they really want to say something bad. And I feel like you do like it, but I think that you being real, like, listen, a lot of us women are sick of this, and a lot of us women are sick of that, and it is what it is. That is a woman that I can respect. Because most people won't give it up and be real like that.
I'm gonna be honest. And my gay friend, he is a masculine gay guy. Like, he wears Dickies. Like, if you see him, you wouldn't know he was gay. But if he wore a dress and all of that, I really wouldn't care. Like, I don't care about that. But it's too much tension. Like, a lot of these gay guys be doing the most. I'm not even going to lie. Like, they at the strip club, the gentleman's club, twerking in front of straight men. Like, they taking our spot. That's
well, here's the thing.
Here's
the thing that I think the women, and which we all have to get, we're just gonna get used to, and I understand where some women may feel some type of way, but listen, that's where we are the girls too, whether you want to accept it or not. You don't have to, but we're fabulous too. We're going to give that. That is part of our lingo, and we're going to go and we're going to give that, and we're going to wait. Hold on, and we're going to because I'm not even talking about the TSs. I'm talking about the boys. We're going to get up there. We're going to give you body. We're going to do all the extra. We're going to show you. We're going to do all that.
See,
but we're going to do that. And but we're going to do that. And it shouldn't affect you because you should be secure enough to know that I can't take your nigga. If I could take your nigga, then that really wasn't your nigga. Period.
I agree, but that ain't what it's about. That's what I'm saying.
That's what it boils down to at the bottom line. It bottom line boils down to dick. That's what it boils down to. That's what it boils down to.
And listen, we don't mind y'all being fabulous. Y'all is in the same circles with us. Y'all do our hair, y'all do our makeup, y'all shop with us. We don't, guys, gay men has always been welcome in women's spaces. We don't have a problem with that. I was born in 82. You know what I'm saying? I'm 37 years old. The gay men that was around when I was growing up, they are not the same kind of gay men that are around now. These
Right.
gay men that are around now are literally in competition with women. Not all of them, but a lot of them are.
I believe
And
it,
even
but
you
you're
as a
not
gay
lying.
man, you know, and you know a lot of them don't even like women. So we have a
And I
right
don't. And
to
there
be
are a lot
on
of women,
defense.
and there are a lot of transgender women that feel like they are prettier than women, and they will tell you, "I look better than you."
Exactly.
I'm not going to sit here and cap like that. That don't happen. It do.
Exactly.
It do.
And they'll
It's on
drag
both
us up,
sides.
too.
It's on both sides.
It is on both sides. It is, and that's weird. So when you say why we don't want to be called fish, because we don't want to be called that because we know it's some underlying BS with it. A lot of these gay men, they want
People not understanding why I
They
said it
wanna
boils
be-
down to dick. Yes, it do boil down to dick because women are very tour.
It
First,
boils in. Everything you saying, I agree with, but we had to cut the why. Why we know why? Because a lot of gay men are in competition with women, and they don't like women, and a lot of women are sick and tired of gay men being in competition with them.
Okay,
thinking that they're prettier than them.
Okay.
Thinking that they could take their man.
Okay.
Thinking that they could twerk better than them.
Right.
Thinking they can ride.
So like what she's saying, why does it boil? That's the reason why it boils down to dick. Why would a gay man need to be in a competition with a woman? Why would a woman need to be in a gay competition with a man? Why would there need to even be any tension? Because it boils down to a woman feeling like, bitch, you know, I'm the girl, and a gay man feeling like I'm the girl, and we both like niggas. Just like women don't like to be around a bunch of girls because they feel like women can be very catty and very shady when it comes to men. And what you guys don't know is a lot of butch queens, a lot of gay boys don't like to be around a lot of queens when there's trade in the mix. Pop a fine ass, comfortable straight boy in the mix full of in a room, a bunch of with a room full of butch queens, and watch those hoes go to war for that nigga. Don't let them be cute, and don't let them be low key picking this fruit out with one of the butch queens. Them people is gonna be like, I'm not bringing my man. Have a gay boy have a fine ass trade boy or a straight acting man, and see if he is going to bring his boyfriend to a party with a bunch of thirsty queens, a bunch of thirsty bottoms. He ain't gonna do it. It's the same thing. Women ain't gonna bring they fine ass nigga around a bunch of girls, and whether y'all want to accept it or not. And see, I think a lot, like what I liked about this caller, she understands that we run in the same circles. A lot of you women need to get over the fact that it's separate circles. Yes, they're separate to a certain degree, but gay men and women, we co-mingle. It is what it is. We have two totally different lifestyles. However, we like the same thing. We both like men. So we are going to commingle. And you know what? Sometimes there will be a little competition there because we both like niggas. It is what it is. And then until people stop trying to worry about, well, why are they so gay? Do you realize the fact that people have a problem with the gays being so fabulous is the reason why they will continue to always be that way. But I'm not going to sit here and act like a lot of the gays don't be extra. There are some that be extra and make people feel uncomfortable. And there's a lot of transgender women who will do some rude and outlandish and disgusting things. It's on both ends, but you got to understand the gays ain't going to stop being fabulous because I know I'm not stopping for no bitch. Okay. I'm going to be that one, baby, on any day. Okay. Man, woman, girl, trans or boy is not going to stop me from being my bad bitch self if I'm feeling it. Okay. You know what I mean? That's who the fuck I am. And I don't give a damn what person on the planet don't like it. Okay. That's just how it works. Let me see. Trevor said, we as black people are so hard on each other. I'm a gay man, but I respect black women because my mother is a black woman. Black women have so many strikes against them, and gay black men do as well. Let's link up and get money. I'm here for that. All right, let me take Michelle's, let's do a brief intermission. I'm going to refill my cup. Nicole, are you on? Oh, we got hella callers. Okay, Nicole, I will be with you shortly. I'm about to play a quick beat. Give me 2 seconds. We're going to go a little over on time today. Let me drop some tunes. Shout out to everybody there on Facebook. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. I will be back in just a quick second. Talk amongst yourselves and get into some things.
Burn up the bass.
Okay. All right. Let's get back to the bullshit. All right. Hold on. Okay. Hold on. Let's get back to it. All right, let's get back to the calls. I have to go refill my drink. All right, Nicole, where are you at? 347. I don't see you on here. Oh, here you go. Hello, 773. No, that's not Nicole. Is this Nicole? Hold on, let me see. She not on here. Let me see.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead and talk, sir.
Oh, hey, how you doing today, Armon?
Good.
Okay, really enjoying the show so far. I just kind of wanted to piggyback with my thoughts on some of the things that you said.
Okay.
I am hearing a lot of women calling in and saying we don't get to use, the word fag and sissy, but that's just absolutely not true. They do use it. They use it all the time. I understand, like you said, as far as the fish word, why some women are getting offended by it. But there are, like they said, they don't know what the word means, and they're so upset about it. A lot of them haven't even heard of the word before, prior to today or prior to other content creators who have brought it to the forefront, and they're just all of a sudden so furious by the word fish. Okay, I get it.
And there's no shade. I don't want anybody to think that we were hold on. And I don't want anybody to think that we were throwing shade at Nick at night. However, I will say this: it was good content. She's a content creator. She's a woman. It was a viral moment. We were talking about T.S. Madison. You also have to understand when people are doing things for content. So that was a good. It did well for her channel to have those conversations, and a lot of women got involved. So it's no shade against her. Right. However, it just seemed like, okay, that was a good content move, to talk about, but do you really care, to a certain degree,
Right. Well, I asked a lot of the women, I said, how often are you called that word? And a lot of them said they haven't heard of it before today. They're not even called the word, but they're so upset about it. Okay. It's like, they'll hear it if they have gay friends. Okay. Tell those gay friends, if you tell me you want to be called something, that's fine. Then the argument is still don't use it. That's why I have an issue. Like, they don't get to come and regulate what we use amongst each other. Just like we can't go and control what they use with their friends and amongst each other and their family members, how they feel. The word pump or the word fag or the word sissy. We can't do anything about it. We've had to accept that they're going to use that no matter what. What we can do is agree. If somebody does not want to be called something, then we can respect that. But I have a problem with people who've never heard the word before, they've never been called the word before, but they're just offended because the word is being used in general. You know what I mean? That's what I have a problem with, because there's nothing you can't control that. Like, I personally, I don't even like women, I don't even like, being called a nigger. But I know there's nothing I can do about that.
There's nothing you can do about it, right?
So when I'm getting called of it, it feels degrading sometimes when black men are called that by women. I can't do anything about that. I just want to say you can't regulate what we use amongst each other, just like we can't do it with you guys in your spaces.
Thank you so much, caller.
But it's pretty much all. You have a good day.
Thank you, sir. And I don't want you guys making this some tea between Neek and I, because I liked what she did. I like what she did. I like how she handled it, and I like that she did facilitate a conversation behind it. So that wasn't what I was saying. What I was saying was, a lot of people hadn't heard of that word. She brought it to the forefront. So that was great content for her, but a lot of people were just in an outrage because they had watched her video, but they had never heard the word before. And because she was like, don't call me that, and she's obviously a woman. So many other women are like, yeah, I don't want to be called a fish either, but you've probably never been called that. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, we don't go out and call women fish to their faces, but it's not because it's a bad thing. It's usually they're not around. But some of my fish friends that I have, we will be like, girl, you look fishy today, bitch. That mug is fishy cunts, bitch. But it's more so you know, with our trans girlfriends and and it's not that we're hiding it. We've always been here. It's just the fact that mainstream media and a lot of the straight people, they're not ready to use that word, take that word and steal that word and monetize off that word from us. That's why a lot of you guys haven't heard it yet. That's the tea. But anyway, let me take Nicole's phone call. 347-1360. You're live on the air.
Hi, Armon. How are you?
Hey, what's going on?
How are you doing?
Girl, I'm doing
I
good.
I love your show. I love your show. I love everything you be bringing it. So
now, here's the thing.
Really bringing it in.
Here's the tea, though, girl. I be trying to let y'all know it on Facebook, see, because you know me way back when I first got started, and you can validate from the fact that the trans girls do not feel me, okay? But I be over here windmilling for our people over there, and girl, the women don't like me either. So I, according to the internet, I hate trans and I hate black women. So it's like I hate everybody, bitch, and I be like,
so let me say this. And this is to you. This is to black women. This is to my community. I'm all of those things. I've raised my daughter. She's 18 years old. I have been you at one time, and now I'm this. I have fought to be who I am today, and that's blending into the public as it is. So everything that you really be poking and putting on, it's just a matter of time, because I support you and I see exactly what you bring to the table. And so we all bring things to the table. So you, for the last week and a half, since the other one, per young lady that was up there on your last show, I have so much stuff written down. From history to insecurity to community to y'all space, y'all man, and the competition between that. So I just want to really start off with just saying that I have played the role of all, and still is. You know, I'm still a mother right now to this day. And so I've been the women who have been married and have raised a child. I've had the luxury of being passable and looking like that. And for that, I am grateful to women. And everything about what I perceive to be.
Hold on. They don't know. You are trans. How long have you been trans, Nicole? Yeah, people don't know. They can't see you. How long?
Okay, so I have been trans since I got up in women clothes in 1996.
Okay.
96, yes.
So that's a long time.
A very long time. So when I come, I'm coming from a right place, and so I'm coming with every woman, every black woman that's out there listening right now. I love you, and I praise you. And without any black women, there would be no gay, there would be no man, there would be no us, there would not be any birth. We wouldn't be here. My mother is a black woman, and every time I'm growing up in the time that I come from people who's in my age bracket, black women were who we praise. It was over to have your cunt girlfriend, because cunt girlfriend was a for us. You understand? When we said, oh, she's fish and you pussy, in our community, that's a plus. I want to look like cunt. Who's cunt? Cunt, black women. I want to look like fish. Who's fish? Big black women. These are feminine terminologies. Let me just say it. Feminine terminologies that we use in our community. And for those women who are part of the community, they are receptive and understand why we use it. So when I hear the conversation about what this word is, so let's go back to Armon. It's bigger than all of that. I heard that lady talk about her space. I heard people talk about their men and what we be doing and what we give in the club. Because today.
Oh, hold on. Let's take it, because you're talking about that video where the lady said that black women are losing their rights to the trans ideology.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and what I want to do is, so I want to just go back for any black women and yourself who have existed in my time. Do y'all remember when we was under the pole? Do y'all remember when we were lower than the damn train station? When y'all don't remember when we was the bottom of the sewer, particularly trans people, when they bunched us up with men? We couldn't even have a category that sat next to anything heterosexual, gay black men or trans people. We were not allowed to do anything that we, do you know how many people died waiting for the day they can see trans on TV? Do you know how many people died waiting for the day to see Ahmaud God, and young black gay men in those positions. So let's be very clear. History has put us in a slave mentality box. Given us a slave mentality, and because of all the things that existed, like the prejudice and the racism and the balance against us, we have never been able to live. We have never been able to have our freedom. We have never been able to be who we truly were. And if we were people who did your hair and did your makeup, and we stayed out your way because we were not welcome way before these rights came. Women used to had to be the sponsors for us. We would have to go with a girl in order to get into that club. We would have to be with a cunt in order to go to a rally where there was all niggas and all straight people. And even in going with them, Armon, that cunt, if she's that type of gun, she will play you in there, and then people will be beating you up and attacking you, and the whole time she made fun of you, and the whole time and you came with her. This is what we come from. So I think the statement competition. No. I don't think that there's a competition. I think that there's an excitement for freedom. I think that there's an excitement now for us to express. I think there's excitement for us to do things that we were not told, that we were told that we couldn't do, all the way down to the Old Testament.
Okay.
All the way. And so when I heard the third call, the second call, one of the callers came up, and she went in about what they don't have and what they... See, this is the problem. Y'all talking and y'all so upset, and me, because I'm a black woman like y'all, and me, about how things are and how confusing they are. However, y'all not understanding and not taking into consideration that they never had it like that. It's never been able to be on TV. We've been getting killed and dying in silence while black women and black men were sleeping with us. Black women was hating us. We admired them, and we had to be their man's secret. This is the type of history we come from. And so now our expression and our existence is loud. And yes, do I think that it's a bit more? Absolutely. Yes, do I want my daughter, well, she's 19 now, but even my husband kids, do I want them going into a bathroom and no, I agree. I totally agree. But what we do have to make room for in spaces that they weren't, this never happened. And guess what, y'all? This didn't happen because of black people. This happened from, like you said, white LGBT people. It was Caitlyn Jenner and a lot of other white people who came out public that made it possible for us to come to the forefront. It's only been the last 5, maybe I'll give it 8 years that we've been at the forefront, or we have been being acknowledged, or that there's any type of laws or rights for us. There wasn't like that. I can be in the club. I did not fool that man. I done told him my tea, but because his girlfriend clocked me and his boyfriend, he gonna whoop my ass and almost shoot me because somebody else saw it. He knew it the whole time. He knew I had a tuck between my legs, but it wasn't an issue until the public or people he was around. And for that,
Talk about it, or talk about that you went to the bar with your girlfriend. You kind of hit on this before, and this had happened with Tiger. Well, Tiger was with these two Hispanic there was a transgender and it was like Latino con. They went to an after party. The boys was Tiger and the rest of the boys was all over the trans girl. So Fish, this is how we would talk, kitchen. So Fish goes to the bathroom and tells Trey, that she's trans. So they put her out. But that was her friend. That was her girlfriend. But she wasn't getting the life. She wasn't getting the life from Tiger.
I had my girlfriend do it, and I had a black eye. I got beat for it. I got beat for it, and because I love content. I didn't want, listen, women, my black women, my sisters, listen, when we thought about women, we thought about y'all. There's just so how could there be a competition? Where is y'all security, and what are y'all so insecure about when our living basic foundation is based off what we were taught by y'all?
Wait, so I think that's going to be, so that's going to be a trigger button. So, because now I might have to bring you on camera after, because I think I want to bring the other lady on camera, because I feel like you're really speaking facts. So now you're saying So are you saying that you think this is an insecurity? Because Madison said the same thing.
No, I think it is. I think it becomes that, and instead of them understanding that, okay, they are down lows. We knew that from that first lady. What's her name? Terry Mugler, the one that wrote that book, the down low book, and her husband was a down low way back in the early 90s. So women start realizing that their men are sleeping with us. And instead of trying to understand that, instead of putting a man and leaving us separate from her, the hate came to us so much that the man sleep with us and then he beat us. He slept with you and he was sucking me. And you went now because the cunt, no, mind you, the cunt could be somebody you know and she's not even fucking with him. And I told her because for me, I'm a girl. That's a girl, bitch. I'm sitting here. We have a tea talk, bitch. I'm telling my girlfriend the tea. Because this is my girlfriend because I'm a girl. And I want to live and breathe and talk and move as such. So I'm going to be around him. And then she go, and this is a story, and tell him what I said. And then he waits with his boys and attacked me. And guess what? That was slid under the rug by the police. That was slid under the rug by public. It was slid under the rug by society because it was all my fault, Amar. It was my fault. How did it was my fault? But that's the way it went. So this is the history I come from, where it was being blamed on us.
Yes.
And that's not the case.
Okay, give me a second,
And
Nicole.
really
Stay here, stay here,
Okay,
stay here, and we got to take some more. Stay here if you really want. Listen, we have a full queue. I'm not going to be here all day. Super chat your last 4. However, if there are some women, I will probably jump on StreamYard and we will get some video going. It's Sipping Sunday, so I can go all day. We'll probably do this again on a part 2 and do some visuals with it if the girls have time. All right. So we can get into some real things. All right, you've been on here an hour. 510-5295. You're live on the air.
Oh.
Hello?
Hi, how you doing today?
Hey,
Armon.
what's going on?
Nothing, just watching you guys and just listening.
Okay.
I'm from the Bay Area.
Shout out to the Bay Area.
I'm very familiar. Yeah, very familiar with, the gay community. I'm from San Francisco. So there's plenty of times where I've been in situations. There's a situation where I've been protected by black gay men.
Okay.
There were racist white men on the bus that, called me the N-word, me and my cousin, and then they actually have put hands on me. And all I had to do is tell, the guys that were known as the hood fags in the Bay Area. That was their
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
They came to my defense.
The hood fags.
Yeah, the hood fags. That's what they're known by. So, they came to my defense, and then, they jumped on the white man that, called me and my cousin out of our names. So I do have respect for, black men who defend black women, because I defend black men as well, you know. My main problem is when I've been called fish before, it's been always in a derogatory form, so it's like, oh, that's bitch, So I'm very familiar with this word. I'm born in '89, so, I'm adult. I'm 30 years old, so I've been in, I have gay friends and whatnot because, I'm from the Bay Area. There's a lot of us out there, a lot of them out there. So I can understand that. But my big problem is as far as being a woman and wanting to not be labeled as a cis woman, that is one word that I feel like it's just something that's always, I feel like men are trying to tell women how to be labeled.
Okay, so let's let Nicole answer that. What do you think about this whole cis thing? I mean, to me, that is the one thing that grinds my gears. I don't agree with the people not wanting to be called cis because I just feel like...
Okay,
you go ahead.
So partly I agree. Partly I agree about all the terms. It's just so happened that we're in a place today where there's so much freedom and expression that is allowed. Everyone is picking and choosing what they would want to identify at or want to be called. Cis was brought about pretty much and coming from more of a, how would you say it, a funding, nonprofit, identification for women, because how would you just say biological women? So instead of just saying, oh, that biological woman, or because you have to be to so many different types of women.
Right.
And so by me just saying there's a woman, that doesn't mean that that's a real woman. I mean, a woman with a vagina, a biological woman. So instead of using the term biological women, they came up with cis. Cisgender did not come from our community. Let's be very clear. We did not make that term. For us, the women were fish and cunt and all that. Like, it wasn't
and real
the
fish
cisgender
and
woman
things like that. Yeah.
Real fish, yeah. That didn't come from our community. That came from more of a funding, putting identification. So you had trans women, you got biological men. They're even called men, cisgendered men.
Yes.
And the reason for cisgendered men is to say that he's a heterosexual man. So if I said use a cisgender woman, that means you are a heterosexual straight woman.
Or biologically straight woman.
Long term.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
But I feel,
that's still.
But with me, I just feel like as far as being called a cisgender, a cis woman, it's just coming more from the community trying to put this label on women. Like, if we wanted to be labeled as women, then why can't we just be labeled as women? We're women. Like,
okay, can I answer that? Okay, let me answer that.
Go
Okay, so this is the issue that I have with that. I don't have a problem with that. I can call you woman. If you want to be called women, fine. Let's take the cis off. But my thing is this: when I call Nicole a woman, don't force me to say she's trans. That's the issue.
Right.
That's the issue. That's the issue.
Yeah, that's very understandable.
And see, so a lot of biological women, they want to be the only women, and you have to realize you're not the only form of women, and they're gonna have to get over that. Like,
But you are the only biological woman.
Right.
You are a biological woman in your individuality, and so that does make you your own individual. And so actually, it's just giving you, it's not putting a bad a pronunciation on you or us labeling. And again, cisgendered women did not come from the gay, black, norm community. No, it didn't come from that. It came from more of a hierarchy, like the whites that were doing funding and health and all these other different things. We had to put them, where would we put them? What was going to be to show that they were what would make them different? And so they said cisgender because that would show that that would say that they are a biological women, and it would keep the difference between you and me, so that you wouldn't be offended and thinking that they're calling you. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, no problem. But wouldn't that be the difference of calling you a trans woman versus calling me a cis woman?
That's why they do it. She's a trans woman. You will be a cisgender woman. However,
a
lot of women.
Guess what? Lady, woman. I don't know your name. I don't like that.
That's me.
I don't like that. So as a woman, I know how black women feel, but this is not in the reach of us sitting at home being upset about it. This is bigger than us. The term was made to be bigger than us, not just you as an individual. I don't see that trans woman. I couldn't go to my daughter's school and want them to, that's she's a trans. What?
No. Here's the thing, Nicole.
Cool.
Here's the thing. You don't do that because you identify as women, just like the cisgender women don't idea as cis, they idea as women. But when we have these conversations on a platform like this with 1,000 people, and I say, well, I have a woman on the phone, or I'm having a conversation with two different women, you'll have somebody in the chat say, no, one is a woman and one is trans. One is a man. But my thing is
one
this.
Is a man.
But my thing is this. You guys are both two types. You guys are both women. Two different types of women. So to distinctify, since majority of people want to cause a distinction, that's why these prefixes are here. If people can just get over the fact that there are multiple types of women, and those people who identify as women are just women, if they can move past that, then we can drop all the prefixes. However, that's not what it is. A lot of these women don't want to let you drop the trans. They want to make it very clear that you're trans.
That they different.
Yes, that you're different. And so that's why these prefixes get put in place.
But isn't it so that we are different from each other?
Right. So that's why you're cis and she's trans.
Biology-wise.
But out of respect, I would call you a woman if that's what you want to be called. But if I'm a woman myself, I do not want to be labeled as a cis woman. And then
right, so you wouldn't have a problem with a man saying, "My two girls, that woman and that woman," so that we would both be women. You wouldn't, and I'm being a trans woman. You wouldn't have a problem with that. That's what you're saying?
Yeah, out of respect, I would.
Okay.
Okay,
Well then,
out
so
of
then,
respect, or you wouldn't have a problem with it?
If you want to be labeled as that, then I'll call you that. But at the end of the day, like, if, you know, I don't want to be labeled as a cis woman because I already know who I am.
Okay. Well, I just also wanted to make sure that it's very clear that it means biological woman, and it wasn't a nasty term brought about by our community. It was for other reasons and other purposes, but you as an individual saying that, I have to respect that, and anybody who you come across should respect that if that's what you let them know.
Yeah, definitely. And then I did want to address one more thing from Armon earlier when you were speaking about the slang terms and the terminology that, you know, we're capitalizing off. It's not just black women. You know, black women, we have gay friends. You know, we exchange slang, and we have, you know, exchange language. You know, we're all from different places, different walks on earth, like different states, like different people use different terminology for different things. But as far as capitalizing off of different terms, I feel like the main person that is capitalizing off of it is the white community.
Period.
The white community is capitalizing off anything that black people say. Anything, any slang word, you're going to see a product, a makeup product, a makeup line, you know, whatever we say out of our mouth is something that they like, okay, let me take something, oh, that's popping right now. Okay, I'm going to say this. Oh, bling, bling. That's something that they've taken from us. You know, it's a lot of different terms that they've taken away from the black community as far as black women and, you know, the gay community and, you know, LGBTQ, you know, that's just words that we exchange with one another. If you say, hey, girl, you know, that's been something that's in the black community too, you know.
Yeah.
But as far as like capitalizing, I don't really see it as such so much for the black community because that's how we are. We always come out with different terms and different words and different slang. But like as far as white people, we already know what they do. They take whatever we say and run with it.
All right. Thank you, Carla. I got to get onto this super chat. 8371. Okay. Thank you, Bo. 8371. Thank you for your donation. If you want to get on here, super chat your way to the top. 8371. Let me get your 8371. I'm trying to find you. Got a hella calls. Okay. 216-8371. Thank you, Lanice. What's going on, love?
Hey, what's up?
Hey.
All right, Mom, let's talk that tour. So I first want to say I appreciate you bringing up about how none of the agendas are for black people. The gay, the LGBTQ, none of the groups are for black people. So
90 seconds.
But as far as I had a question for you. How did you feel about, did you see the Flamin' Roll on Breakfast Club?
No, I don't really watch Flamin' Roll. We reached out to Flamin' Roll. A lot of people been asking me, but Flamin' Roll is affiliated with T.S. Madison. I tried to get Flamin' Roll on here. She said she loved the show. She said, but she would absolutely not come on here. She does not want to come on and interview or talk to us, and she does not represent gay LGBT community. So I don't have anything for Flamin' Roll.
60 seconds.
Okay. Well, my point being is that Flamin' Roll was saying what your caller was saying about how, you know, it's a different time and I guess the younger gays are different. But the issue is right now, everyone doesn't think the same as a collective in the gay community. Everybody's story is different, just like the black community. I feel as though why black people as well as gay people, why do you want to be in spaces where people don't want you there? And this is for both of us. If they're not accepting me, why do I need to, hey, you gonna do this? Why do I need to do that if you don't like me? I'm going to make my own lane. That's what, when black people made their own lane, when we were segregated, we were more successful. I feel the same. I feel everyone should get equal treatment, equal pay. Everybody should marry who they want to marry. Absolutely. That's a God-given right. So I'm not talking about basic things like that.
10
I'm talking
seconds.
about like being included in different areas. We shouldn't need that. We should create our own. I feel the gay community should as well.
Yes.
I feel as though it's a distraction because when it's all said and done, you're black before you're gay. This is just for the black gays. But I know you have I know you have a big audience, but I'm just talking to the black gays. And I feel that the LGBTQ is a distraction for that, for a lot of black gays. And I do feel, and a lot of people don't understand it, it's a gateway towards pedophilia. A lot of black gay men, it's videos out, it's not black gay men, it's Caucasian gay men. It's one giving a little 4-year-old a lap dance.
Okay.
So, yeah. Okay, well, we can segue. My next thing is this. We can segue. My next thing is this. If everyone wants acceptance, right? My question is, how come the lesbians do not date the trans?
They do.
Because
that's what you don't know.
How come
the lesbians date the trans? They do. That's what y'all don't know.
There are some, but it's not a big percentage of lesbians that's dating the trans. Let's be real.
It's a huge percentage of the lesbians that date the trans.
Oh,
And yes, there is. Yes, there is. And there's a bigger percentage of trans men that date transgender women. Yes, there is.
Absolutely. But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the lesbian and the trans, just like if it was vice versa.
That is lesbian and trans. A trans man, but a woman that transitioned into a man and a man that transitioned into a woman, that's still a lesbian and a man. I mean, that's still a man. Like, that's the same thing. The same thing.
So you said that, okay. I disagree, but we could move on from that. Also, your caller has said insecurities, and I felt as though I do see what you guys are talking about to a certain degree about some people are insecure naturally. It has nothing to do with them being a woman. It just people are naturally insecure. But I feel as though if you're secure with who you are as well, it would be no need to withhold your story.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's a lot of times there's a lot of trans telling their story about the murders and this and that, which also goes on in the black community as well. So it's like, okay, we're getting murdered too. In your spaces, I don't see you talking about these black boys being murdered and things like that, or caping for these black causes. Laverne Cox, Chrissy did a video,
but see,
and
here
Laverne
you go.
Cox did an interview where she said she felt as though I'm just these are the public figures.
No, I understand, but you got to also understand.
These are people that had a platform.
But see, that goes into what I was saying about the other callers, and it's no shade against Laverne Cox, but Laverne Cox is married to a white man. RuPaul is married to a white man.
Absolutely.
Billy Porter is married to a white man. So again, you don't see people like me. You don't see the niggas out there. You don't see us out there. They don't put us on.
I agree.
You got to be fucking a white man. And that don't go with the agenda.
100%. I agree completely. But even though that's true, what she's saying, a lot of people agree with, is that black women are not speaking for the trans and to, I don't know the correct term, but I'm going to say straight men about trans and being in spaces with trans and things like that. And it's like, how can you expect us? It's like so much on the black woman. How can you expect us to cape for something that we're not even getting? When are the trans or the gay boys or everybody saying, hey, black man, rather they trade, because let's be real, if he's straight, he's straight. If he's straight, he's straight. Hey, black man, don't cheat on this girl. Hey, black, you know what I'm saying? It goes both ways. It's too many double standards is how I feel about it, just like with the fish word. I saw a leaked video. I love the video. I feel like you're coming from your perspective as far as a gay black male. She's coming from her perspective as a straight black female. So it's going to be, different energy, which I enjoy both y'all videos.
It have to. You know why? Let me say this, because I like what you're talking about, and I like your perspective, because it all shows that we're people and we go through similar things, because there's times that majority of my Facebook feed on my friends list are all gay people, and we actually go in on each other, because whenever something does happen with a gay man, we're all up in arms. But then the straight people, I will never forget, I had a caller on here and I said something that I was going through, and she was like, what do you think black people go through? And I had to tell her, bitch, do you realize that I am black? So when I'm driving down the street dressed the way I'm dressed in my hoodie and my nice new car with my snapback on, and the police decides to pull me over, he's not thinking that that's a gay man. He's thinking that's a dark-skinned nigga in a nice car. Who the fuck is he? Maybe he got some weed or some dope on him. Does he have a warrant for me to arrest and get my quota? I was explaining to her that when I go to places, I have to decide, am I black or am I gay? And you don't know what that, like, a lot of people don't understand what that's like, because gay is not a color. I posted a picture on my community feed with a black man and a gay man, and people dragged me and brought black women into this. I'll be honest with you, everything is not about black women. I'm a gay man. So like I said on my platform, what I'm not going to do, because I do it every day and I love my sister, I love my women, period. I sit here in Cape, I listen to y'all struggle, I listen to, we talk about it. However, whenever I bring up a gay issue or bring up gay stuff, it seems like the majority of the people watching that video at that particular time try to dismiss what it is we're talking about because it doesn't pertain to them, or then they go in, well, this is about black women. You're a man. You're gay. Like, being a black gay man or being a black gay trans, it's like a lot of people don't give a fuck about us. Like, we're not allowed to have struggle. We're not allowed to talk about things we go through. We should only be worried about how a black woman feels on a daily basis. And that just, to be honest with you, that's not happening over here.
But I disagree. I feel that same way about black women. I feel that right now with everything being so up forward and up front now, that we're not allowed to say, hey, I don't like this. Like, for example, I don't like the word fish. When I was younger, like I'm 32 years old. So my experiences with the gay community was from high school because it was thugs. It was, you knew who everybody was. But when I was 18, two males close to me were coming out. So somebody just said, so why we got to care about trans? Because we all black people at the end of the day. Oh, Lord. That's right. That's right there. Right. I agree, but the same thing goes, it goes on the other way. If it doesn't subscribe to people, are they wrong for not saying, hey, I don't care about that? People, I don't feel that way. I don't feel that, even with that comment, not saying it's right, but that's the issue I have, is that if I disagree or if somebody disagree, now that was wrong what they said, it's homophobic. But even if one of your moderators said that they don't mess with cis women, but let's say someone said, I don't mess with gay men, they're homophobic. You see what I'm saying? Okay, let me give you an example. I said that I don't fool with Sandra Bland. People were pissed. I said Sandra Bland. That's one person. But people were pissed because they felt like I should have been Team Sandra Bland. How can I be Team Sandra Bland when Sandra Bland is on video saying if employers don't want to hire gay people, they should have the right to not hire a gay man or a trans person. So, bitch, because I'm gay or trans, I don't deserve to feed my family, but I'm supposed to be worried about you because you got your ass whooped in jail? I'm not succumbing to that. Agree. I agree, but in the same sense, people have a right, it depending on your state too, to employ who they want to. It's people that don't employ black people. So it's tomato to me for that. I just feel as though with the fish word, I feel as though, like I said, what I was told was we was called fish. Like for the trans, it was a compliment. Say you looking fish, it's a compliment. But for those, when they saying it to you, you something that can only lay eggs. That's what I was told years at 18. Y'all on a different page. Some of y'all say it's a compliment, but even somebody on Nick at Night channel came and said it's not a compliment. They just saying that. You could tell it's not. So like, just keep it real. If you, I don't think that it's not. I think it is a compliment. It's just the context. It could be. It's like I said. I'm gonna keep it real. I don't know who was on Nick at Night channel, but I know Nick at Night is not a gay person, and she don't live this lifestyle. So she couldn't have possibly told you what it was. But I live this lifestyle. One of her calls, she had people calling me. Oh, okay. Because I'm like, she don't know. She just used. No, not at all. It was somebody. She had different people. She had trans people. So she had people from all walks of life calling me. So it wasn't one perspective. Oh, okay. Go ahead, Nicole. What you got? We finna wrap this and we gonna bring it back because we on here a long time. What's going on?
I think that, like I said, I think it's all about the contents of what you say and which is being said. However, the whole ultimate thing of fish and con is truly a compliment in our community, addressing each other. Even in the ballroom community, there's a category made just for that, and that is meaning you have to be con, you have to be fish. They want to see everyday women, and this category is for us to come and be able to not be seen and the blind eye. We can go through society without nobody knowing us. That came from women. It came from women. And so when women take things so harsh and saying we are disrespecting or that there's so much of a competition, yeah, there is a fine line when you talk about that, because you would have to talk about what women have done to trans women and black gay men in history and in time. And so we grew up understanding that, okay, she's your girlfriend,
but she'll try you.
But don't ever get right. Don't get between her and the nigga. But I mean,
the same goes for you, the trans girl. The same goes for you guys. You could, like you said, be somebody's side piece. You could sleep with your girlfriend's man. That's for anybody. So
that happens too.
Everybody goes through that. Everybody goes through that. So it's like, it's not a difference. That's my thing when people tell the stories. It's everyone goes through that. So it's not. That's true. That makes you different as far as that.
However, but everyone goes through that. But it is women that needed to be separated from what we are. We this whole week when we said a lot of trans women don't like being called trans women. We like to be called women. But it's women, like Armon said, that has this issue or problem where they want to make sure that no, they are not the same thing as us.
Mm-hmm.
We are that, and the only thing that makes us different is what between our legs. And we know now because so much of education and how advanced education is that what you were born with has nothing to do with how you identify. And so the women said that you have a 12. If you got a 12-inch. What she said, if you have a
12-inch penis
legs,
between your legs. It's hard for her to call you a woman.
Right, but no, that's not true, because guess what? If I had a 10-inch between my legs and you go and put her child and where her child is today and put my child and how it is, and I probably have outdone her as a biological woman. My baby's in college. I probably have raised her and done much more than other women. So to be judged like that but by what's between my legs and not in my heart and in my mind.
But the thing is, I'm just going to be honest with you. Someone doesn't know you based off of that. If this is an encounter, they don't know you based off of.
You have a lot going on in the background, Nicole. Are you? You sound like New York City.
Hold on, I'll mute my thing when she's talking. I'm sorry,
okay,
I'm muted. I'm sorry.
Okay, you got a lot going.
Okay,
She's in New York.
Okay, first impressions are everything. So regardless, no one knows your heart or this or that when they're judging you as soon as they see you. So again, that's just opinion. Like when it's all said and done. Some people feel in the gay community that fish is an enduring term. That's cool. Just like some people in the black community feel the N-word is an enduring term. Others feel otherwise. I don't feel y'all are one accord with that, because all of y'all are not going to say that. The gay people and the trans are going to keep it real is going to say to a trans girl it's a compliment, but to a woman it's not. And if that's what it is, be real with it.
No, but I get what you're saying. But there's also I'm going to keep it 100, but there's also a lot of people there's also a lot of gay men, and I've learned this on YouTube, just being on YouTube alone. So also a lot of gay men and a lot of trans people on this platform, or they're looking for acceptance from the straight community, and they realize going against the gay community gets them accepted. That's why so many people like Flame Monroe, because they know Flame Monroe walks around with titties and a woman, but Flame Monroe will say, you can call me a man. There's so many women that want to be able to call a trans person a man. So that's why people like Flame Monroe. It's not because you respect Flame Monroe. It's because Flame Monroe allows you to disrespect her. That Flame Monroe allows women and straight people to disrespect her. That's why. Let's really get into some things. That's why people like Flame Monroe.
I don't know Flame like that, so I don't, I just refer to the interview.
Armon, you was starting shit.
Because there's people, people agree with those people, even regardless of what people agree or disagree. People agree with the message that's being said, though.
Yes. Of course people do, because it fits the narrative of saying trans people are men. And there's a lot of women, but if we're going to talk about being real about things, let's be real. Majority of women don't want to accept the fact that transgender women are a form of women. That's why they have a problem with the term cis and trans and this and that, because they don't want to accept the fact that, yes, they are male to female and they are identified as women. If we want to be real, let's be all the way real. We want to be real. Let's be real with the fact that 85% of females don't like gay men on the cool. Like, let's be real.
Why do you think? Why do you think they don't like them?
It's gay men that don't like women, so it's like you're saying. It's no, I don't feel that.
But yes, I understand what you're saying. But you haven't just kept it real and said that's true. You respond with, but they don't like us. I understand that, but because
it's not. I'm gonna be honest with you. Everybody is a former woman. To be honest with you, whether you're straight, gay, everyone's a former woman. Believe it or not. So whether you're straight, gay, so that has nothing to do with it. So the statement is true, but I have to be real and say a trans woman is not if you're a woman, you're a woman, but a trans woman is not a form of woman. You're a woman, you're a man. If you're a trans woman and you're saying to me, I am a woman, that is what I'm going to address you as. I'm not going to disrespect you. You're a she, that's what it is. I'm not one of the people, I'm not going to call you. That's not me. But to say that's where the whole issue is, that's the underlying issue, since we're having a real conversation, is that, like you said, and it's not just women, it's gay men as well, it's lesbian as well. It's not just straight women that feel as though they have an issue with
But you notice. But see, this is why I say it all boils down to dick at the end of the day. Because you notice trans,
I agree, though.
straight.
When you said that, I was wrong, and I agree.
But you know why though?
And
Because guess what? None of us have a problem with the lesbians. Because guess who used to have the problem with the lesbians? The straight niggas.
I agree with that.
The straight men.
I agree with that.
But the reason why women and the gay men and the trans, we all got the issue is because we all want dick. The lesbians, they want some pussy.
I agree with that. I do agree with that. I agree with
This
that.
is all about some dick.
You ain't lying about that.
And who can get it?
But I don't want trans women to think that black women feel any type of, black women, I can speak for, we don't feel any type of insecurity. It's just, this is, especially, I'm just going to speak for a lot of people, not for me because I'm familiar with it. Because even in your comments, if you pay attention, you even said yourself, a lot of people didn't even know what the word fish was because a lot of people do not hang in gay circles or with gay people. If we being really real.
Right.
Your everyday person doesn't have a gay friend or a gay hair. Everybody doesn't have that, and people gonna be all the way honest. Some people do. Some people have a gay relative. They might see at the holiday, or they might every now and again kick it, but no one has that gay circle. I've hung in the gay circle, so it's like different for me. Like I feel everybody deserves respect, but I feel as though too, just because it's your fight, your cause, you should still see what other people are saying and not say, hey, as long as they're not spewing hate, I feel as though people have a right to disagree.
Absolutely. What you got? Last words. Thank you, caller. Last words. Well, Nicole, I'm gonna bring you probably back on here. Hold on. Denisha said, "Can y'all post the calling number so I can super chat my last word to the top? I would like to speak from a bisexual biological point of view." Well, the calling number is closed. We're gonna have to bring the chat back. If you guys want to do another call, Nicole, what you doing right now?
I'm available. I am available, and I'm here for it.
Okay, so I'll call you back, Nicole.
Okay.
Okay, bye. All right, guys. So listen, we're gonna wrap this first episode. This is part
Thank
one.
you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
I love you all. Tell your girlfriends, text your girlfriends, and let them know, bitch, we're gonna get into some things. We've been on here 2 hours. You know, I'm not doing no full on 3 hour, 6 hour live. 2 hours is my max, and then I'll restart it and do another one. Thank you guys all for coming on here. This time we'll probably do the StreamYard situation and see if we can bring some people on. All right. So I love you all for watching. Thanks for the super chat. Thanks for having a good conversation. Until the next video, I'll see you soon. Bye. Oh, wait. If that woman is on here that made that video that called in, please email me. I'm going to email you again because I think I know where you are, but I'm going to see if you want to come on to the show. All right. Bye.